Hey K-pop lovers! You're tuned in to K-pop Fair, where every story hits your heart like your favorite beat. What if a baseball game became the stage for a story about loyalty, quiet gestures, and a bond that refuses to hide? The night the Dodgers crowd thundered, Taehyung stepped onto the mound and turned a ceremonial first pitch into a heartbeat. Calm shoulders, easy smile, a presence that swallowed the stadium lights. But listen closely. The loudest moment wasn't the roar. It was a small act. Taehyung splitting his snacks with the security team beside him. The kind of kindness that happens when the camera drifts away. Then, a flicker at the edge of his gaze. Jungkook's manager in the stands. Coincidence? Or a sign written in the language of showing up? Taehyung's face cracked into surprise, the kind you can't rehearse. Joy meeting disbelief, as if the night had just whispered, "You're not alone." Because sometimes, the people who appear in your periphery end up telling the story louder than the headline. A phone rose, a quick photo, no pose, no countdown. Just a message captured in a frame that probably traveled straight to Jungkook. Was he there by chance, or to be the steady anchor when the world turns into noise? The kind of presence that says, "If you look over your shoulder, I'll be there." Fans felt it, an invisible thread, caretaking without choreography. A quiet, "I've got you" that needed no words to be loud. Taehyung didn't have to perform kindness. He lived it. The way he laughed with the stadium staff, the way he made a giant stage feel like a friendly room. On camera, he carried confidence. Off camera, he shared warmth, the rare duet that never sounds forced. And just as the moment settled, the internet tried to reframe it with a rumor. Because sometimes it's easier to question a bond than to admit it's real. A claim floated around that money explained the closeness. But that's the thing about shortcuts, they cut away the truth. Facts walk with their own posture. Taehyung and Jungkook are artists whose careers stand without leaning. Taehyung's resume reads like a runway. Celine, Cartier, Compose Coffee, Coca-Cola Zero, Snow Peak. Brands that don't chase shadows, they chase stars. You don't borrow light when you are the billboard. Jungkook isn't quieter. Music crafted with his hands, campaigns defined by his face, a name that sells out rooms before sunrise. And remember, all 7 members built their own empires. Success for them isn't a shared jacket, it's a tailored fit. So when the two are spotted shopping or laughing over dinner, maybe that's exactly what it is. 2 people choosing each other's company. Not contracts. Not calculations. Choice. Yet the rumor mill prefers spreadsheets to feelings. It blurs budgets and calls it proof. Shows like Are You Sure? Work off company budgets. Friendships don't invoice. Hearts don't file expense reports. Their careers run on parallel tracks that intersect because life is allowed to be beautiful, not because a ledger said so. If you've watched them long enough, patterns emerge that are more honest than any press release. Backstage, hands find hands. The kind of grip that returns your pulse to you when the crowd steals it. Before the lights rise, small words pass. Steady, soft, enough to quiet the noise inside a racing chest. On stage, they move like the same melody learned in different languages. 2 translations, 1 song. Off stage, the gestures shrink but hit deeper. A shoulder bump, a quiet nod, a shared silence that says, "Stay." It isn't spectacle, it's muscle memory. Habits built from trust, not from angles. So when a stadium turned into a story, it wasn't about baseball. It was about presence. About how a manager's lens can be a bridge, and how a single glance can feel like a familiar doorway. About a circle of people who protect the soft parts of a public life, the ones that fame can't afford to lose. And about Taehyung himself. Calm, kind, warm, a person who makes applause feel intimate, and a camera feel like a friend. The crowd saw charisma, the close-up saw character. 2 sides of a coin that keeps landing on sincerity. Because real connection doesn't ask for attention. It survives it. It doesn't need a microphone. It hums underneath the music, beneath the outfits, below the rumors. So ask yourself, if a single night at a ballpark can carry this much feeling, what does the rest of the story look like when no one's keeping score? Maybe that's why the smallest details, a shared snack, a surprise smile, a photo sent in seconds, felt heavier than the home run. Because the truth of a bond rarely arrives with fireworks. It arrives with footsteps you can't hear until you notice you're walking in rhythm. And when the stadium lights finally dim, what remains isn't the pitch, it's the promise. A promise that even in a sea of faces, some people are home. And it leaves you wondering, if this is what we catch in a crowd, what grace lives in the spaces between, where the cameras can't quite reach? That's it from Kpop Fair, your ultimate K-pop destination. Remember, stay sparkling and always follow your heart. See you in the next video.
I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb.